kind of a surprise. In the cliff notes for you, if you haven't been paying attention this week, she missed the Fever's last 5 games with quote-unquote personal reasons, and then it came out that she really didn't want to return, so the team explored some options and wound up waiving DeWanna Bonner, the 16-year veteran, yesterday. So her next destination TBD, kind of. We'll get to that.
ESPN just dropped the bomb. DeWanna Bonner has officially been waived after playing only 9 games with the Indiana Fever. But of course, that's not the whole story. She'd missed the last 5 games for personal reasons. Then word leaked, she didn't even want to come back. So what did the team do? They cut ties, just like that. Now fans are asking, was this a professional split or a personal betrayal? Because right as the Fever fight for control of a rocky season, their locker room leader walks out, and Caitlin Clark's old quotes about Bonner are flooding back.
Yeah, I mean, DB has been tremendous. Like, she's such a selfless leader. Like, she's here to win. She says that, but she really means it, and she leads in that example every single day. Like, we were just sitting over there talking after today.
She called Bonner a leader, said she deserved to go out with a win. But now, her teammate's gone. The team is shaken, and suddenly, it's Clark versus the chaos.
Steph, did you have any parting message for DeWanna or anything? Like that you coached her before the season, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, obviously we're disappointed that things didn't work out. I love DB.
Was this a bold move for team chemistry or a total collapse of trust behind the scenes? First off, what even happened? Just a few weeks ago, DeWanna Bonner was supposed to be the experienced anchor for the Indiana Fever, a 6-time All-Star, a champion, the steady voice for a young team led by Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. The Fever brought her in on a 1-year, $200,000 deal to help guide this fiery, youthful squad to greatness. But guess what? That dream, it just went up in smoke. Out of nowhere, gone. Bonner vanished from the team on June 10th for what the franchise called personal reasons. That excuse didn't last long, because now it's confirmed. Bonner wanted out. She demanded a trade, and on Wednesday, the Fever waived her. Just like that, it was over. And now, here's where it gets spicy. Back in April, Caitlin Clark had nothing but glowing words for Bonner. Her quotes have resurfaced, and now they hit very, very different. She deserves it, Clark said during the preseason. This is the end of her career. I want to win for her. That line, yeah, that one's got people talking. Because now, people are wondering, was Caitlin misled? Did she really believe Bonner was in this for the long haul? Or did DeWanna check out long before she walked away? Another quote from Clark said it all. When she talks, everybody listens. But now that Bonner's gone, fans are asking, was anybody really listening? Let's not sugarcoat it. This feels like a betrayal. Right when Caitlin Clark is already carrying a heavy load, she's handed another blow. First, she's been battling through a tough injury season. She missed games with a quad issue and is now out again with a groin injury. Then comes a tough stretch of games where she shot just 3 of 13 and had 8 turnovers against Seattle. And now, her veteran teammate walks out the door mid-season. Talk about bad timing.
If we're in a position where we can do that, then we will. I think more so, yesterday being off physically and having more of a mental day and coming in today.
But hold up, there's more to the story. Sources told Front Office Sports that things felt off from the beginning. That's right, Bonner never really clicked in Indiana. She was supposed to start, but after just a few games, she was benched. Lexi Hull took her spot. And after that, Bonner was mostly coming off the bench. She didn't look happy, and her minutes dropped. Even her scoring dropped. And soon, so did her commitment. It's sad but not shocking. Even Fever head coach Stephanie White didn't hold back. After the news broke, she admitted the fit just didn't work. "We tried," she said, "but sometimes it just doesn't click." That's polite coach speak, for this was a mess. Fans are stunned, and honestly, so are teammates. This wasn't just a regular player leaving. This was a leader, a role model, someone who was brought in to build up Clark, not disappear on her. And now Caitlin's quotes feel like a punch to the gut. She believed in Bonner. She praised her leadership. She said, "DB's been tremendous." She said, "She's a selfless leader." She meant every word. And that's what makes this sting so much more. Because now, Clark's having to fight through an injury, dig her team out of a 7-7 start, and do it all without the person she once called a mentor. Hard truth? This wasn't just a roster change. It was a leadership letdown. Even DeWanna's own words didn't do much to cool the fire. In her farewell statement, she said, "The fit didn't work out." That's it. No details and no apologies. Just a clean break. And maybe that's all we're getting. Still, Bonner did give a bit of praise to Clark before she left. She called her dynamic, said their relationship was going great. But if that was true, why leave now? Fans don't buy it. The comment sections are lighting up. Some say Bonner bailed when things got hard. Others say she was never fully in. A few are defending her, saying maybe there's more going on behind the scenes. But everyone agrees on one thing. Caitlin Clark didn't deserve this. She's trying to lead, trying to grow, trying to learn how to win in the WNBA, and now she's got to do it under a whole new kind of pressure. Expectations are already sky high. The media's on her 24/7. Every game, every play, every miss, it all gets dissected. And now she's dealing with locker room drama too. But here's where things turn. Because Caitlin Clark may be down, but she's not out. The Indiana Fever is showing signs of life. They just pulled off a big win against the Seattle Storm, even with Clark having an off night. Aaliyah Boston dropped 31 points. Kelsey Mitchell scored 26. The team held it together when it could have easily fallen apart. That's resilience. That's fire. And here comes the silver lining. Bonner's exit makes room for someone hungry and ready. I'm talking about Aari McDonald. She just signed with the Fever for the rest of the season, and she's already proving she belongs. In just 3 games, she's averaging 11 points. She's fast, she's fierce, and guess what? Caitlin Clark loves her energy.
Because she has been in the system, she does understand what we want out of the system. And the last time she was here, I think Caitlin was out as well. So, for us, having that familiarity is really good. And it's also going to look a little bit different without Dee Dee, just because of our spacing, because of our timing. We don't have to reinvent from a lineup standpoint. I just think we have to focus on utilizing our players in a different way.
The vibes are shifting. The locker room feels fresher, more unified and less drama. Coach White is testing new lineups. Players like Lexi Hull are stepping up. And most of all, the team is starting to feel like a team again. Will it be easy? No way. Clark still has to heal. She's still learning the league, and the spotlight on her is only getting brighter. But if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Caitlin Clark doesn't back down. She might have been blindsided. She might have been let down. But she's not quitting. In fact, she's about to go off. Not just on the court, but off it too. She's speaking with confidence. She's showing poise under pressure. She's proving she's not just a scorer, she's a fighter. And that's what fans love most. Even ESPN analysts are taking notice. Annie Costabile broke the story and said it best. Clark is showing maturity way beyond her years. She could have thrown shade. She could have slammed Bonner. But instead, she kept it classy. That's leadership. And that's why this story isn't over. Not even close. In fact, many analysts believe this is just the tip of the iceberg. Not all is well within the Indiana Fever, one ESPN report noted. Just a month into the 2025 season, cracks are already showing. Head coach Stephanie White, who came in confident and prepared, now finds herself juggling injuries, roster shakeups, and rising tension. Rachel DeMita, ex-ESPN host and national analyst, didn't hold back. She called out what she saw as curtained hypocrisies within the team's strategy, especially how the Fever signed Aari McDonald as a temporary fix, only to cut ties after Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham returned. There had to be a handshake deal, DeMita said. They knew they'd bring her back. They just needed time. Meanwhile, Bonner's exit, though labeled mutual, has fans raising eyebrows. Her cold stats, distant vibe, and final Instagram message all point to one thing. She never truly fit. And now, her departure has left behind confusion, frustration, and a fire that Clark may now use as fuel. So, here you go, WNBA fans. Because Caitlin Clark's comeback chapter just began. And if you thought she was tough before, just wait until she's back in full health, with a fired-up team behind her and nothing left to prove but everything to win. Was DeWanna Bonner ever truly in it for the team, or was this breakup coming all along? What do you think? Did Caitlin Clark just dodge a bullet, or lose a mentor? If you're still here, drop a GOAT in the comments because that's exactly what you are for sticking with me through all the drama, twists, and truth bombs. Smash that like button if you're riding with Caitlin, hit subscribe so you never miss a single update, and turn on those notifications because this season, it's only getting wilder.